Anderson draws Jordan out. Watch this. Big, nice play.
Clap your hands, everybody, for Philadelphia 76ers. Stomp your feet, everybody, for Philadelphia 76ers. Here they come, Philadelphia, on the run. Stand up and cheer. Number one, Philadelphia, here they come, team of the year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Sixers. 10, 9, 8, 76ers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Sixers. 10, 9, 8, 76ers. Clap your hands, everybody, for Philadelphia 76ers. Stomp your feet, everybody, for Philadelphia 76ers. Here they come. Here they come. Here they come. Here come the Sixers. Clap your hands, everybody, for Philadelphia 76ers. Stomp your feet, everybody, for Philadelphia 76ers. Clap your
Williams in the penetration, and it's knocked away by the tumble and into the hands of Peterson. Antonio Davis.
Sixers. Stomp your feet, everybody, for Philadelphia 76ers. Clap your hands, everybody, for Philadelphia 76ers. Stomp your feet, everybody, for Philadelphia 76ers. Clap your hands, everybody, for Philadelphia 76ers. Stomp your feet, everybody.
Welcome back to East Sleep Sixers. Your boy Sixers fan for life. We got 215 the sports guy. And we got Jay Frager in the house. What's going on?
Hi, you, Jay. What's going on with you, baby?
I can't hear you.
You can't hear? Okay, well, you know the Sixers have won their game tonight versus the San Antonio Spurs. You know, great win, great performance by our bench. If I could say so myself, Doc did a pretty good job coaching this game. Jay, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. You can hear me fine, right?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on tonight's game, bro?
I think it was a good game, a good bounce back game for Maxey. He needed that. He was struggling a little bit the past couple of games, so it was nice sign to see him come up big and play huge for us. So it was a good sound. It was a good sound. Looking good. And Boston lost, so that helps too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Joselitos, your thoughts on tonight's game, my brother?
Anytime all your starters only play 20 minutes in the 20s, it's always a good thing. I was asking for revenge. I got it. I mean, you don't really get brownie points for whooping on San Antonio Spurs, but the fact that they beat us in the third game of the season
handedly
to make us go 0-3 start off the season.
Right.
Yeah, they were in my radar. I wanted revenge. But big shout out to the bench for 67 points. The bench put up
Bananas.
67 points. If y'all ain't hear me, I said the bench put up 67 points. That is crazy. That is crazy.
137 points as a whole, as a team, which is pretty damn good as well. You know, I want to shine some light on some people. The Flower Lady is here. This is the segment of our show where we give flowers to the player or players who we feel like stood out tonight. Joel Hans Embiid, 33 points, 10 boards, 4 assists in 28 minutes. It was a point in time where I was like, damn, is he hurt? Why are you not playing? Then I looked at the score. He didn't need to play. You know, like Jose said, anytime you can have your main guys play in the mid to low 20s is an excellent game. And, you know, the big fella needed that rest tonight. How about you, Jay? Who are you giving your flowers to tonight?
Like I said, and I'll say it again. I say Tyrese Maxey. He's the one that definitely came alive. You know, I was a little bit worried, and you know, he's showing his worth. He's showing his worth, so I'm gonna have to give it to him. George Niang as well, so it's kind of tough. I mean, I like the way George Niang has been playing. He tried to get a little too saucy with, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the game, but he's still, you know, he's showing me something today. And I think he's a big part of what we're trying to do moving forward, especially in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
He's somebody I think we can count on now. I'm really confident in what he can do, and he's showing me something.
Awesome. Joselitos.
It's kind of hard not to give it to this bench when you put up almost 70 points. So I got to give it to the bench. I'm sorry. I mean, they was only 3 points shy. You know, Korkmaz could have gave us, you know, a 3. I did, you know, shots fired. You're welcome, Jen. You can thank me later. But, we could have got a 70 bomb from that bench, you know. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. That's 67 points coming from your bench. That's, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that for the starters, that is, to be honest with you.
I mean, to be totally honest, early in the game, I was a little worried. I had the whole here we go again vibe. They came out with more energy than our starters. Then the bench came in and gave us a shot in the arm that we needed. You know, so kudos, like Jose, kudos to the bench tonight. I feel like they were just as important as the starters, if not more important. Tyrese Maxey really adds a whole nother level to this bench. And, you know, we were missing it the last few games. I'm here for it now. What up, Ant? What up, Sheep? What up, Prophet? Andy, how are you, sir? Ant Sims, Blake, thank you for joining us for our post-game show. So, you know, the trade deadline is coming up. I hate to harp on it, but until we get there, I'm going to keep harping on it. The trade deadline is coming up. Jay, you haven't been here in a few shows, so I'll ask you, is there a piece or pieces that you see fitting on this team or position per se that you feel like we need right now?
I think a good backup center would help. I'm not really sold on Paul Reed or Trez. I mean, Trez has his moments, but I'm still not faithful, confident in him because defensive purposes.
Right.
I just think every time he comes in the game,
he blows.
I feel like, you know, people just get off. They get off on him. So I think we need a backup center. A nice athletic wing would help too, because I think a lot of times we struggle against young teams that's athletic. You know, so if we can get something like a young athletic player, I think Crowder is somebody we need to look at. Crowder is out there. So if we can get Crowder for like a Thibault maybe, or somebody that's doesn't play that much, that would be nice. You know, he's been in the finals. He's a vet. He can play defense. He can score a little bit. So somebody like Crowder, I would like, or like a good backup center. That Naz Reid or whatever, that guy's from Minnesota.
Nas Reed.
So,
Yeah.
Nas Reid. Somebody like that, I think,
Yeah.
would help us a lot because, like I said, I'm not really confident in our centers, our backups. So that's what I would look at. Nothing big though. I don't think we need to go big as far as a big trade. I think we're good as is, but a little piece, backup center or athletic wing, that would help a lot. So that's what I'm looking at.
Awesome. I'm piggyback off you. Yeah, I've heard the rumors of Nas Reed being floated around via trade. Also, Andre Drummond. He wants to go to a contender. A team. He loved it here. He loved Philadelphia. He was bummed out when he left. I am not a big Trez guy myself. I'm old school. I prefer the guy that comes in and gets dirty, grab boards, block shots, creates havoc on the defensive end, than a guy that could come in and get you a quick 13. No defense, no rebounds, really. So, he's undersized. It's not his fault. He plays big for his size, but he's not a big guy. I think we need a legit 7-footer who could come in and, make a difference. People might laugh at me, but even in Nerlens Noel, come in for 12 minutes, 11 minutes.
I don't know about him.
I hear you. I don't.
I'll pass on that
Been
one.
there, done that. I'm not, he's too light, and I think now he regressed even from when he was with the Sixers. He regressed a lot. I don't. And the thing about it, he's not playoff tested. I feel like in the playoffs, I think that's one of the things where, he might struggle. You know what I'm saying? Especially with Doc. Doc's one of them people that he has a short leash. So if you're not producing, especially in the playoffs, you're not going to play. You're not going to play. So I don't know about that.
Just ask Paul Reed.
Lord. Yeah. He produced in the playoffs. So I don't know what's going on with that, man.
Listen, if I was Paul Reed, I'd have my bags packed. Like, seriously. I'd be asking for a trade. He obviously is not the guy on this team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We try. We give these players the benefit of the doubt. Us as fans, we start screaming for them. Doc ain't playing him. And when he does come in, he don't make the best of his minutes. I got to admit.
That's another thing. Yeah, it's like
when he
people
does
keep
come
saying
in,
put Paul Reed in, and they, advocating for him. When he comes in the game, doesn't make the best of it. He make dumb mistakes. And somebody made a good point I heard the other day. I don't think the team trusts him either. I seen Harden look him off a couple of times.
Yeah.
So I feel like the team don't really trust him when he's in the game. They don't give him the ball. They look him off. So it's tough to put him in the game because what you gonna do with him? He makes mistakes, and like I said, if you lose trust from your teammates, that's tough.
It takes a certain type of player, a certain type of mentality to come off the bench cold, not knowing how many minutes you're going to get from night to night, preparing yourself mentally for that, and then coming and performing. No knock on Paul Reed. I love Paul Reed, but I really think Doc has ruined his mentality. Just not getting any minutes for 7-8 games at a time, then getting thrusted in there.
Well, my thing is, I think he's just bad timing.
Yeah.
Because he's the type of player that needs to be on a team where he can flourish and get minutes and develop. He's on a team that's looking to win a championship.
Yeah.
So it's hard to really give him the minutes. When we're trying to win a chip, we can't afford for him to make mistakes and stuff like that and let him play through it. He needs to be on a team that's, that's on the up and coming. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the teams that's trying to do where he could get in and then make mistakes. You're not on a team like that here.
See, we get a glimpse because when all the guys went down and Embiid was down and Harden was down and Maxey was down.
Up.
Yeah, but that's the only time he gets to play because that little bit right there ain't enough to take over nobody's spot. Let's keep it real here. You know what I'm saying?
Especially when you're not going out there dominating. You got to go out there when you get your opportunities and getting the minutes. You got to go out there and get doubles, and do your thing because that's your time to audition. And he had good games here and there, but it wasn't consistent. There was times where he just didn't do anything. And you can't when you get the opportunity, you have to make
You got to
do with
seize
it.
it.
Yeah,
You're right.
you can't be on this team for 2 seasons and have one double. That's just not gonna cut it.
Yeah. It's not. It's not. And unfortunately too is he's battling with somebody else. That's what I'm saying. That's almost like him but different. So if you don't take those opportunities and take the spotlight from somebody else, it's gonna be tough because it ain't just him. He's battling with Trez, and remember we had passing. Well, not for that much, but I'm just saying he's battling a bunch of different people. So it's gonna be tough for him.
PJ Tucker, Jay,
Yeah,
how do you feel about him? 3
I
rebounds
know
tonight.
Jose don't like him, but here's my thing with him.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I
Go
feel
ahead.
like
That's why I brought it up on
he's.
the pot stir.
I think he's better suited for the playoffs. He's
Why?
not a regular season player because I
Why?
think he's at an
Why?
age now where he's coasting. He's one of them guys, but in the playoffs, he is important. Very important because think about it this way: when we have playoff type atmosphere games, he shows up. He plays defense. He makes it hard for people. He played defense good on Jokic, Giannis, Durant. These are 3 top players that didn't get off on us because of PJ. And we beat the Nets when Durant played. Durant didn't really go off like that. Giannis, we had him frustrated too. He had to stay after the game and work on his free throws.
Yeah.
That was PJ Tucker.
Yeah.
Then, with Jokic,
Was it?
he was a big reason we won that game. So this type of games we need from him in the playoffs, and that's where he's going to show his worth. So I like him on the team. Obviously, he hasn't been showing up for the overall season, but the games that playoff right atmosphere games, he shows up. So I like him there. You know what I'm saying? He'll show his worth in the playoffs. I'm confident in that.
You're banking on that.
My whole thing on that is you gotta take his age into consideration. He
Yes.
ain't getting no younger. By the time the playoffs start this season, the man's gonna be 38. So if you brung him here for the playoffs, save this man because I'm gonna tell you something. It's gonna take one injury for all of us to just be sitting here cracking up, and we ain't gonna see him in the playoffs. You understand what I'm saying? That's all. And I don't wish it on him.
Well, that's why I think he's coasting. I don't think he's really giving it his all. I don't think that you see because if you notice in the games, it's like one tough matchups or really good games, playoff atmosphere games. He shows up.
Yeah, but
it might not be the box scores.
What I'm saying is, my biggest gripe is partially Doc Rivers' fault. It's sad that PJ becomes the whipping boy on that one because the amount of minutes he's getting. Like, there's no reason for that. Yeah, you ain't playing him 30 minutes a game on an 82 game season and expect him to be at his age efficient enough in the playoffs. That's not happening. You understand what I'm saying?
I see that. Yeah, I agree. You shouldn't play that many minutes.
Yeah, like that, not that many minutes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you got all these players on the bench that ain't getting no tick, and we're all getting pissed off over here as fans because these players are not playing at all. But you brung a 37-year-old guy to come help us get past the second round, but you overplaying them. Like it's not gonna get rough, and once March comes, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, I feel like you need to lessen his minutes. That's what I was. Like my main argument about the whole situation was lessen his minutes. I wasn't feeling 30 minutes at all. I feel like 18 to 22 is enough for him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If he get 18 to 22, I'm cool with that. Somebody else got to get the rest of those minutes.
But that's why I think the trade deadline is important. I think if we make a good trade and get a decent player, like I said, to Crowder, you won't see PJ as much. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we have to look at in the playoff. I mean, for the trade deadline is who can we get to play, some minutes in that power forward position because we don't really have
a legit
PF.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think we need to look at that.
Yeah. I agree with both of you on the front. I do think he was brought in specifically for a player like Giannis in the playoffs, bigger body. Joel Embiid doesn't necessarily have to guard him. We have somebody else that can guard him. We'll let Joel free to rim run and block shots. But I'm also in agreement. We need to bring another 4 in here. to have another option to go to in that starting lineup. So he doesn't have to be the guy in there because it makes him look a little bad, night in, night out.
It just sucks that he don't put up no points, and we really don't have a good backup for him to make up for those 0
To
points.
supplement. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
if we had a backup that could come in and give us guaranteed 6 points that PJ's not giving us in that position, maybe, then maybe it wouldn't feel so bad. But it's hard to watch when you're constantly seeing zeros on the board from that guy all season long. Come on now, you can't. Don't sit there and no one cannot agree with me right now because them 0 points is tough to watch.
Yeah.
But you know what though, with PJ, which I kind of like, and it's weird to me, is the fact that even though he gets 0 points, people still guard him. When that 3-point comes, like whereas with Ben Simmons, it's weird because when Ben Simmons played, people played off of him. So it was hard for everybody to get off because the lane was clogged. When PJ gets the ball, they guard. They I don't know if they're scared or whatever. He gonna make the jump shot, but
for the
defense goes to him.
The bulk of his career, Jay, he's been an elite corner 3-point shooter.
Yeah,
he's known to hit corner threes. It just so happened we got him with not enough juice in his knees to get that thing up. It's just not there like it used to be. But they remember the PJ that would knock it down. So it's kind of like we can't leave him out there.
And he'll make an open 3 here and there. It's not a lot like we want, but I feel if he's a wide open, you're gonna guard that because he can make it. He can make it. So it's not gonna be where it's a 4-on-5. I don't feel that with him. I feel that if he's open at that 3-point line, they're going to guard that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I still feel he is a threat somewhat shooting if he gets the ball and he's open. But you're right. I mean, zeros is not good either. It's not because he don't even look to shoot sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that, there was a stretch of games where the man wouldn't even take the shot. He would either dribble it out or right away pass it the moment he touched it when he had opportunities when no one was even near him. And that to me became probably the most frustrating time. And I just went crazy on PJ.
But Jose, let me ask you a question though. At 6'5", and you're playing down low, wouldn't you be a little bit afraid to shoot when you 6'5" and you're going against trees? Now, if you're in a 3-point line, but that teardrop, that little floater he shoots, and he's 37, he can't get that up like before because he's older. He's 6'5", so that shot's it's harder than you think because he's short and he can't jump.
No, that's true, but I mean, the worst shot you can take is the one you don't take.
I know, but I'm just saying, of the confidence standpoint, I don't feel that he has the confidence in making those shots anymore because of his age and his height.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's why I get it. That's what I'm saying. So, okay, I'm in agreement with all you guys about the trade to bring in somebody that could come in and put a little something there to fill that void. If that void can get filled somehow, I'm cool with it.
Yeah. I agree.
Going back to our earlier conversation on the trade deadline, a few guys that I feel like that should have their bags packed already. Thibault. I think Thibault's gone, even though I don't want him to be gone. I think the need for him out there on the market right now, his value is very high, and we don't use him a whole lot. So, if the Sixers are looking for an upgrade in that position, they'll get something. Another one, Korkmaz is as good as gone.
Thibault, in my opinion, Thibault has to be in that package. I mean, his defensive reputation precedes him. People have seen the type of defense that he brings, and there are teams out there that need a defensive player like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for crying out loud, Brooklyn took 2-5. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And at this point, they're identical players.
Yeah.
Well, I think we still looking at getting Eric Gordon too. I think he's somebody
that's been out there.
Yeah, that Morey likes. Remember, he's a Houston guy. He's actually doing well right now too, and he doesn't want to be in Houston. So he's somebody we can look at to, he would help.
I would like him here. My hope the price isn't too high because he is doing well right now around the NBA where we have to overpay for an aging player like that. He'll be great for this year, but just like PJ,
Yeah.
that 36, 37, it kind of
But
wears on
they
him.
were talking about doing a buyout. They were talking about
Yeah.
doing a buyout, and he take that and he'll go, take less and then play for a contender,
Which will
which
be here.
yeah,
It will be here.
which would be,
It's
with the with the Sixers. So it's something that we can look at that will be a good piece. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Especially since they know each other. He's played with Harden. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? He's played with all these guys before. So I think it will help out a lot. And he's a Maury guy. So I
Yeah,
think
he's a
Maury
Maury
would be
guy,
able to convince him to come.
Shit,
just
they
like
need to
the
figure
others.
something out because Embiid biological clock is ticking.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I really do this. I feel like this is the year that they'll definitely get over that hump of the second round. How much further? Who knows, man? Who knows? It's all about the matchups. It's all about the teams they'll play. You know,
And health.
and health, man. You see with
Yeah.
the
That's
Philadelphia
that's the
Eagles,
key.
it's
That's the biggest piece.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
If we could get healthy, I think we can go all the way, because that's the thing that's been killing us. But if we can stay healthy and keep this team intact, I think we can go really far. But like I said, that's one of them things where you know we gotta hope for the best because without the health and yeah, everything is down the tubes. Everything that goes away.
Yeah. Shout out to the Sixers training and their doctors crew. When Joel Embiid came down with the Popo's foot earlier in the year, the plantar fasciitis, I was terrified because here goes a 7'2", 280-pound guy with a foot problem, and the way he plays, it's very guard-ish. A lot of times, he does things that big guys not supposed to do.
Yeah,
So I was afraid of his longevity throughout the season, but he's been here. He's been here and he's performed. So that's hats off to the training crew and the doctors on the team, but also Joel Embiid. I feel like he has gotten in shape and he is taking care of his body for him
yeah,
to continue to perform like this. So I think he's
Well,
figured it
well,
out.
you could tell in his conditioning because in past years, like towards the end of the third, midway through the fourth, he'd be looking gassed, and we're really not seeing that as of late.
Nope, nope, nope. So
He
talk
he,
about
le- he,
the
le- he left them Shirley Temples and the Chick-fil-A alone.
yeah. So y'all didn't bring up the fact about the All Stars. Do y'all have any you know comments or something like that about the fact that we got screwed twice?
Jay, you know why I don't talk about the All Star, man? Because I'm like, the All Star to me is just a gimmick anymore. I just like it's not
Yeah, but
appealing. It's not as appealing as it used to be. I kind of was done with it when Iguodala got robbed way back. Seriously.
I take offense to it, Jay. I take offense to it because
yeah,
this on one hand
It
you
is
got
though. I mean, if I don't mean to cut you off, Carl. To be opinionated, I agree with you. To get snuff like that, and then Embiid's always getting snuff for the other award. It's like, go ahead, Carl.
yeah.
My bad.
you got
We're the only team that got screwed twice. When it came to that, and I think it's not about the All Star game too much. It's about the fact that people really underestimating the team in general.
they
It's
hate Philadelphia, man. They hate us. They
Yeah.
hate Philadelphia.
yeah,
And if James Harden was on any other team with the stats that he put up, I just seen the stats next to Tyrese
Yo, didn't
Halliburton.
James Harden make the All Star team when he was injured and still made it?
Yes, he's made it 11 years in a row. I seen his stats next to Tyrese Halliburton and who was it?
Drew Holiday.
His stats was better than both of these players.
Yes,
His
better
stats
than
was better
both.
than both of these players. So light years, light years. So I just don't get it. I don't get it on that standpoint.
Yeah, I don't. I thought it was like a real. It was not right. And then when I seen the names and I'm seeing DeRozan and Drew Holiday and Halliburton, they're good players, but at the same time, first of all, the teams are not winning. So I don't know how you reward losing. That's number one. Number two is Harden's numbers are better. he's hardened. So you have to put that in consideration too. I think reputation should have something to do with it as well.
Bottom line. Listen, he's one of the 75 greatest players ever.
Yeah.
And he's still balling. So why? Miss me.
Yeah, I don't
if
get
Kobe
it.
was alive and Kobe was putting up the same stats that he's putting up right now, he would be an all-star. Why not James Harden?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a Philly thing. Like you said, I think it's a hate on Philly because, like you said, last year, he didn't really play it well last year.
No,
He made it last year. You know what I'm saying? And he was hurt.
Yep.
And he was hurt.
Yep.
So I don't understand how this year he doesn't make it. And then the fact that with the Embiid thing, so you combine the Embiid and the Harden situation, it's disrespectful. You know, it's really disrespectful because there's nobody playing better than Embiid right now.
No,
And you have him as a
nobody.
backup. You know,
You
it's
talk about
just,
players like Luka and people like that came on later in the year putting up crazy numbers. Joel has been doing this all season, non-stop.
Yo, can anybody pull up who made Player of the Month for the Western Conference since the season started? Can anybody do that?
It's probably Jokic made it. Jokic and Luka. I think it's like Jokic and Luka like most of the time.
Yeah, no. I need to see this, like, because Embiid was hurt the majority of November. Season started late October. Yeah. You don't really count October. Nobody really counts October. Nobody gets Player of the Month for 2 games. You know what I'm saying? 2 to 3 games tops, because that's all they play in October. So the season really starts in November.
I know for the East, it was Tatum and then Embiid twice. The West, I don't know. I know it's Jokic and Luka, but I don't know like how many. I don't know that.
If Jokic didn't win it twice, how is he in the conversation for this MVP thing?
Because they overrating this triple double situation. It's all the assists. That's all it is. Because since he's getting a triple double, they looking
Embiid
at that
gets NBA Player of the Month 2 times in a row, and he's still looking up at Jokic. I just don't get that.
I don't get it. And he torched them. Remember, they went up and matched up against each other. They need to remember that because that was a big deal. You know, on national TV, he put him. He cooked them.
He put him in a blender. I'm sorry.
He did.
He put him in a blender. That wasn't cooked. Yo, I don't know. Listen, I remember watching that game, man. And when the B kept dribbling between his legs, Jokic couldn't even stand up straight. He looked like he had spaghetti legs. I'm dead serious. Come on. If nobody noticed that during that game, that was crazy.
He's head and shoulders better than, Joker. But people quick to point out, well, Joker makes his players around him better. Joel Embiid makes the players around him better too, just like Shaq did. Because if he's not guarding all that attention towards him every night on a night-to-night basis, these players you're seeing, Tobias Harris, James Harden, Tyrese Maxey, they'll have hands in their face every night.
See, here's the thing. This will piss me off about positionless basketball and how the game has changed. It's not the center's job to make the rest of the team better.
Right. That's the point.
In my opinion, it's not the center's job to make the rest of the team better at all. That's the point guard, the facilitators. That's their job. The center's job, to me, is to be the most dominant player on the floor, in my opinion.
Well,
and down low.
You gotta, for the center's job to play defense too. I don't know why nobody takes that consideration.
Yeah, that too.
Jokic doesn't play defense.
No,
I don't understand how everybody just glosses over that like that's not a big part of basketball. That's a whole other side of the court that Jokic doesn't play. And that's why Embiid went off. He gave him 47 because he's like a statue. He doesn't defend. So that's a big piece.
Yeah.
So to me, I don't even think he's one of the top 3. I think it should be Tatum, Embiid, and Giannis. Those should be the top 3 MVP candidates. Because Giannis is going crazy right now. Yep. So to me, you got to put him up there as well. So it's Giannis, Embiid, and and even Tatum. Those are 3 guys I would put ahead of Jokic.
Yeah.
But that's me.
And listen, I'll even put Luka ahead of him, making him the 5th option on that list.
Well, the only reason with Luka is his team's not winning. I think his team is like barely over 500, if that. I don't know. I have to look again.
It's
But
awful,
last week,
man.
they was like 25 and 24, something like that. It was like, that's the only reason why I'm kind of hesitant with Luka.
Yeah,
If he's winning, then that's a whole different thing. And y'all put him over him too.
most definitely, most definitely. Well, you know,
The prophet said NBA merchandise sells better in Europe than Cameroon. Yao Ming effect.
so you know, we have a game coming up. Let me look at this. We have the
Then we play the Knicks next.
The Knicks, your hometown, baby.
Yeah, we play the Knicks.
We got the Knicks.
I'm looking
coming
forward
up.
to that. I want to see that game. There are a lot of Knicks fan friends that's going to be going on my case. So, yeah, it's going to be a good game. I want to see that one.
I mean, they always play us hungry. You got Julius Randle over there. He's been playing excellent. They have a few other players. I'm looking forward to that game. Nice measuring stick for us going into this All-Star break. So, you know, we're looking forward to that. And you guys will see us that day at 5:30. Please, but not be late.
We got a watch party. We got a watch party going on.
Yeah, we got a watch party for that game.
So if you home and you bored, you're by yourself, and you want to talk Sixers while the game is playing, there's gonna be a watch party. Just reach out, Facebook Messenger. If you ain't a friend of anybody on this panel, you better friend us immediately if you want to join it, because we got to be able to send you the invite through Facebook so that you can join the watch party.
So, Jose, well, first and foremost, Jay, we humbly appreciate you coming on, bro. Anytime we call, you're right there for us. You are in this family. You know, there will be more shows to come. Y'all will see this man up here with us. You know, so
Dave Frager been with us since day one.
Yeah, for real, man. I appreciate being here. Yep.
One of our first guests.
Yep, for sure.
You know?
I'm always appreciative of going on and showing, you know, being part of this. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be involved in more.
I hate Jose, you know what to do, baby.
Y'all already know what time it is. Don't forget tomorrow episode. I can't even start my segment without saying this. If y'all don't know, tomorrow we got D Lineman. Y'all don't know who she is and you're a fan of Philadelphia 76ers, y'all need to go do your homework. D Lineman is on the show tomorrow, guys. Do not miss it. So hit that notification, hit them bells, whatever it takes for you to get notified when East Leaf Sixers come on so you don't miss that episode. On top of that screen, we got Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. So don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Everybody have a great night.
Hold on. Fuck that, Jose. I didn't understand you. I don't speak English. Can you explain it to me? In the way
I was getting there.
Okay, it didn't seem like you were.
I was getting there.
All right, now.
No te olvides decirle a un amigo que le diga a un amigo que le diga a un amigo. The Sixers just got revenge on San Antonio Spurs. Yes, sir. Everybody have an awesome night. Great tomorrow. See you guys back here tomorrow and Sunday. There's an episode tomorrow and Sunday. So we'll be here all weekend with y'all. Enjoy. Let's go Sixers.
Peace out. East Leaf Sixers
Peace.
forever.